Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about for in and for off loop. For in loop in JavaScript is used to iterate over the properties of an object. So let's take an example. So we will declare an object and assign it so this is my object. So in for in loop, we iterate over the properties of an object. So we will do that. Let's first see the syntax of our for in loop, which is very simple. So we have a variable I, and then we have to write in, and we have to write the name of our object. In this case, it is obj. And now the for in loop iterates over obj object. Now each iteration, what does each iteration return? It returns a key. In this case, it is I. So let's see. So like we can see, we got ID, name and age. We got the keys of each and every one in this particular object. The key is used to access the value of this. So of this particular key. So how we will access the value of it is, we can just write here we can write so obj of I. So we can see ID is 1, name is HHH and age is 5. Now one more thing, we have used square brackets here and not dot. Why not? Let's see what happens if I use dot over here. It will give me undefined. So obj.I will give you undefined. You can write obj.id, but you cannot write obj dot because it will be coming like in string, so you cannot do that, but you have to write like this. Okay, now the for in loop iterates over those keys of an object which have their enumerable property set to true. So because each and every property we can see over here, so that means it did iterate over each and every property. That means the enumerable property is set to true in this case. Okay, the key values in an object, so every I would say every object has 4 attributes: value, writable, enumerable and configurable. Okay, when enumerable is set to true, that means we can iterate over them, but when it is set to false, we cannot iterate over them. So how do we set, for example, if I'm writing obj dot favorite color as black, and I am doing a console over here, and I am doing for let I in obj see console.log I, then I will get favorite color over here. So what should I do for making the enumerable property of this particular key to false? What I can do is I can write object dot define property, and I can put in obj and the key as let's have a new key. So I can show you all the properties. A new key, maybe favorite subject, and I will put a comma here, and here is my property. So value, in value it will be this, like these are the values. So my value in this will be maybe computer. Then configurable, let's make it to true. Then writable, false. Now enumerable, we are setting it to false. Let's check this. So first let me check the object. Does object have favorite subject? No, it does not have favorite subject. Okay, is for in loop showing favorite subject? No, it is not. What if I make it true and refresh it? So we can see even this is including, and even here we have. So enumerable property, this is enumerable property, it has to be true for iterating over. And we saw how to access the values as well. We just have to write obj of I, that is my object of the key the key, so we will get the values. Now let's talk about for of loop. For of loop, JavaScript for of statement loops through the values of an iterable object. It lets you loop over iterable data such as arrays, strings, maps, node list, and more. So first, the syntax for it is for variable of iterable code block to be executed. So just like for of syntax is almost the same, the only difference is of. So let's take an example. Let me declare const cars as so we have our variable cars right here. This is an array, and we are going to use our for loop for for let I of cars, and we will go inside and console log I and see what comes. So we get our values right here: BMW, Volvo, Mini. Now this is an array that we did loop over. Not quite sure. Okay, let's declare a string right here, maybe language as JavaScript, and here language. So we will get JAVASCRIPT. So we get a whole, we can iterate over whole of that string. So this is for of loop.